this time, the whole country was watching a movie that was newly released, a Walt Disney full-length animated cartoon, 75 years ago. So here's one of the songs from that movie. See if you can name that movie. Little one, when you play, pay no heed what they say. Let your eyes sparkle and shine, never a tear, baby of mine. You know the movie? Dumbo. Dumbo. That song was nominated for an Academy Award, and it also was used in the movie Beaches with Bette Midler. Remember that? Well, what I like about the movie is that it deals with loss, with pain. Little Dumbo, remember he's the elephant with the big ears? He is in pain. He feels a loss, and his mother is in pain, and the whole movie is, again, trying to get them together. Well, pain is a part of being human. Life is difficult. Now, one powerful aspect about Donald Trump in this whole run for the presidency is that he exposed pain. He let everybody be aware. And there's pain all around us. Some of you are in pain right now, either physically or emotionally, or spiritually. Now, the gospel reading at this time of year is always about the end of the world, and doom and gloom. And in a sense, Jesus is talking about pain. And how are we to face pain? His words could easily apply to just how we feel today. Baby mine, don't you cry. Baby mine, dry your eyes. Rest your head close to my heart, never to part, baby of mine. One of the purposes of religion is to teach us what to do with our pain. Life is basically a journey of loving and being loved, of experiencing loss and then healing. So it's love, loss, healing. And at any moment in our lives, we're at one aspect. We're loving, or we're losing, or we're healing. Some of you here have felt a big loss in these last 12 months. There was a family member or a friend who passed away. And in just a little bit, we're going to be honoring those people by lighting a candle in their memory. But also remembering all the people who have died. All our loved ones, family members, friends, even from years ago, but we're recalling them as we do this whole month. You see, there's something holy about grieving. Grief is a doorway. It's not a door. It's a doorway. You pass through it. It's not a gate, but it's a gateway. Grief invites us to move beyond. Now, grief work is never completed. It's never done. And don't let anybody tell you that you should be over it by now. That doesn't make any sense. There's something grieving. There's something holy about grieving. And we live in a society where we say, just don't talk about the dead, or we want to avoid our grief. There's a powerful action, though, when we remember, when we honor those who have died. Psychologist Carl Jung said, Embrace your grief, for there your soul will grow. Now we say at the funeral mass that when there's a death, life doesn't end, it just changes. That those loved ones are still with us. And every once in a while, people ask me, they say, is it okay if I talk to my dead friend or my beloved person? And I say, of course. Life has not ended, it just changes. Now, we, again, as Catholics, we recognize all our prayers go to God. So we don't pray to anybody. We don't pray to that person who has died, just like we wouldn't pray to each other. All our prayers go to God. But that doesn't mean we can't ask those deceased people to pray for us. We can't talk to them about what's going on in our lives, just as we would talk to a friend, to feel their support, their presence. Now, as you know, I'm a big journaler. I write in a journal nearly every day. And I tell people who are grieving, perhaps you should write down what you're thinking, what you're experiencing. Maybe even write a letter to that person who has died, even if it's years ago or decades ago. Let yourself be honest or real with them. Or here's another idea. Maybe what you could do is you write a letter from that person to you. Have them tell you what are the qualities and gifts that they want to pass on to you, that they hope that you are still living as they try to live. What's important in the grieving process is ritual. Something about doing something that helps us heal. And maybe with a letter, you may want to go to the grave and read it there, or burn it there, or bury it somewhere. There's something about an action that helps us move on. Ritual is important. Other ideas would be, say, like to light a candle on the anniversary of that person's birthday or death or anniversary of your wedding. But again, keep that ritual going. Or perhaps the ritual of, donating something to charity. Such as like when their birthday comes or Christmas. You buy something that they would have liked, and then you give it to somebody else. Perhaps there's the ritual of finally cleaning out their space in your lives, of reverently looking at each item or clothing and passing it on to somebody who could use it. Somebody, a charity or a person that you could make use of whatever they have. Ritual is important. The most powerful ritual, though, we have is here at the table, at the Eucharist. Because what we do when we celebrate Eucharist is we recognize it's not just us who are celebrating. But we come together around this table with all those who have died. All those who we know, the saints, all those good people, and your family members, your friends. It's as if they are right here at the table with us. When we sing, they're joining in. When we pray, it's like they're saying, yeah, me too, right on. When we cry, they're right there crying with us. So I often tell people, come to the Eucharist often, at least once a week. Not only to give the support to people who are here, but to feel the support of the people who have gone before you. We come to the table to remember, to give thanks, and to be people of hope. To remember, to give thanks for all that God has given us, what those persons have meant in our lives. And to be people of hope, to say, yes, let us move on, let's continue. Life does not end at death, it just changes. So remember that day when you put that loved one in the ground, the coffin or the ashes. Maybe it wasn't a burial, but a planting. Something wonderful is going to happen with you. I want to sing part of that song again. And again, think of it as God singing it to you. From your head to your toes, you are loved, goodness knows. I am always with you, you are with me, baby of mine. Let your eyes sparkle and shine, never a tear, baby of